Good Friday afternoon, evening,
Oh,
Saturday
we're
morning,
live.
maybe. We're live. Are you live?
I'm alive.
You're alive. Okay. Hi, by the way. I'm Darren.
Your
This over
hair
here
is cool.
My hair is cool. Here, I can make it more cool. Let's see.
I thought it's
No.
for a moment you had a mohawk or
No, it's just I had to go drive this morning, and my head was hitting the ceiling of the car, so it was just roughing up. It doesn't matter. Anyway, hi, I'm Darren. This over here is Victor, and we're the host of a podcast called DevOps Paradox that comes out on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern. And on Fridays, when we're around, last Friday, I'll explain why we weren't here in a minute, we talk about news of the week. Last Friday, I wasn't sick as a dog, but I was not human. Let's just put it that way. So I decided to wave it off. I decided on Thursday. It was like, nope, I'm not going to be ready Friday. So Victor got the week off. I was just doubled over.
I didn't get the week off. I just didn't do the stream.
Didn't do the stream. Yeah, you still had that off. But anyway, that's why we're here. Karen, good to see you. Hopefully everybody's here. Bogdan, good to see you. Ingen, hello. Thanks for joining us live here, everybody, today. We are going to try some live AI stuff today.
Ah.
I haven't talked to you about it. We'll see if it works or not. Let's go through the news so we can get to that. And we'll see how it plays out. Now, by the way, Fabric, in my move here, Fabric moved from Python to Go. I have it running on a different machine. I haven't put it on this machine yet. So I was trying to do it this week. I just didn't have time. So they've made some interesting changes. Nothing massive, but the usability is a bit nicer. So we'll try to look at that next week.
Ask me what I did before this stream.
What did you do before the stream, Victor?
I was moving Fabric, the new one. I was experimenting on my laptop for a while. Now it's on all my machines. The Go one.
Is what I stated true? They've made a couple of quality of life changes. There's one thing I wish they would do, but I don't want to. I need to get my head around a little bit more what I want them to do.
For me, the biggest change was that it didn't have Azure OpenAI support. So I had to fork the repo and add the support myself. Now it is there, so there is no point in my fork anymore.
Oh, so you forked it, you added it. Since the time of the fork, they've added it in core, so you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, because they were postponing things that there was an issue for that for a while, right? And rightfully they said, hey, we're not going to do this and many other things in the source code because we are in parallel moving things to Go. Now things are in Go, and Azure OpenAI is there.
Okay, that's not what we're going to be doing today, though. But we'll take a look at. So, but has it been a better experience for you than Python, or about the same?
How can I say this without offending Python developers?
You can't. Just go ahead and
There
say
you
it.
go. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Let's go ahead and switch into the news here. Not the big blank screen. 2 weeks ago, we had Brett and Nirmal on the podcast talking about, ended up being AI. That's how we started it. Some people have liked how that played out. Some other people were like, yeah, so what? We liked it. That's actually the first time I'd actually met Brett. We'd had Nirmal on way back in the past, but I thought it was a fun episode. I basically got him started, and then I went and took a nap, and then came back an hour later, and they were still going. That's the best kind of podcast guests that we have. Well, you helped manage it. And then this week, it was just you and me, Victor, talking about managing or how to measure software complexity.
Oh, yeah.
And we tried to make it make sense. I don't know if we did or not, but in our heads,
Probably we didn't, but hey.
Next week, we do have a guest on. I don't remember who it is because that editing starts tomorrow. So next Wednesday, we'll do that. Now, one of our previous guests, and I forgot to look up his name, Kubecost got bought by IBM in the past 2 weeks. Do you remember who it was that we had on from Kubecost?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, though.
But it's been a while because it was OpenCost. Whoever was managing OpenCost, if I can figure that out, because, well, I'll type. We have this thing called the internet, and that's fine. Talk about it. OpenCost, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember who the company was behind it. Well, Kubecost, I guess. But I don't remember who the person was. I apologize. But anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised that the rename happened, because you cannot have a project in CNCF that is the same name as the company.
Right. And it needed to be open anyway. I mean, FinOps is one. So this is a good question. IBM's buying everything. Who are they going to buy next? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, is Hashi finished, or?
Hashi has not closed yet, I don't think.
But that's probably kind of in the bag.
That probably will not be fought by regulators. We'll put it that way. I think they'll let that one go through. But anyway, congrats to the...
You know what will be interesting to me to see when IBM buys Terraform is what will be the best practice, when to use which tool, since now then they will have two configuration management tools, right, under their umbrella, Ansible and Terraform.
But they do different things.
Yeah, but then they overlap in...
So, there is overlap. Yeah, there is some overlap.
So
but
they're doing the same things. It's just that one has bigger focus on one area while the other has bigger focus on the other, right?
Correct. Okay. So anyway, it will be interesting to see what plays out at IBM. But anyway, yet they buy something else. A couple of AWS announcements. The OpenSearch Software Foundation. Yet another OSSF. Not to be confused with the OSSF that is the security one. I can't remember what that one is. Anyway.
So it's a whole foundation dedicated to OpenSearch.
To OpenSearch. Huh. And of course, Elasticsearch has now said they're coming back with an open source license. I'm not going to get into that today. So let's see how this plays out.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
I cannot imagine. I read the announcement, how that was in the plan for a very long time, but I cannot shrug the feeling that that's a reaction to the foundation.
Possibly. But anyway, it's a good conspiracy theory. Let's leave it at that.
Exactly.
I don't know. Let's not start any new conspiracy theories. One thing that's not a conspiracy theory today, though, is EKS has now shipped 131.
Okay.
And usually when we see this post, let's see, let's go down to the... I thought it was this post that normally say when things start going away.
I think it's 4 releases and down.
Right, but usually in that post, anytime they do the post, they show, okay, as of this date, this is going away. I guess that's not this post. I'll keep my eyes open. Anyway, so now they've got 28, 29, 30, and 31. Now, were all of those 4 months, or was 28 a 3 month? Do you remember? Going back, I can't remember the switch. Okay.
I think that you get a year worth of releases supported with the standard plan, and then you pay extra for whatever is older than that.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to remember, because remember, Kubernetes itself moved from 3 months to 4 months.
Yes,
I can't remember if it was in 27, 28 ballpark.
The 4th release would be the one you pay extra for.
Yeah.
In AWS.
Okay. Anyway, 131's there. That's the bottom line. CNCF, a couple of articles here. Partnering with Unified Patents. So basically patent trolls. Or not patent trolls. So what they're trying to do is stay away from patent trolls. Or trying to fend off patent trolls. Keep them away. This is a tale as old as time. Let's go back to what was the Unix variant in the 80s where we had this problem? Yeah. I'm drawing a blank. Some of you weren't born in the 80s.
This is kind of those projects in CNCF, some of them are really massive and commercially very profitable and so on and so forth, right? So this is very good news.
Yep. Just having lawyers at hand to help manage this, a good thing. Let me slide this over here. Artifact Hub is now an incubating project. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not aware. Yeah, it was Sandbox before. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So it's moved up to incubating.
Nice.
So then I wonder how long it was in Sandbox. Let's see. It might be here. 2019? Oh, Sandbox in 2020. So it's been 4 years in Sandbox. So it's quite a bit of time.
Yeah, very often the time it's needed to move from one bracket to another is not necessarily how much effort is put into the project itself, but when people are available to go through, the motion of graduating, because that's a lot of work as well.
Yep. Since it was in Sandbox, added 20 types of artifacts. That's many. Official sources. Seems like this is the way to do artifacts now. What do you think?
It's more like, I'm not using it much, but it's more like, place to store artifacts. But, any container image registry is now storing artifacts like Helm and what's not. So I'm not sure. I'm not using it myself, so no strong opinions.
Okay. From the Google open source blog, they were talking about Etsy 3.6. etcd 3.6, sorry.
Okay.
You can do downgrades now. Have you ever had a chance to where you would use etcd and have to downgrade it? Or wish you could have downgraded it?
I manage Kubernetes, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Right. So this is more for the vendors, lack of a better term. Somebody that's
for
got
vendors
a
or those who are self-managing their Kubernetes clusters, or those using etcd for other reasons. It's not only Kubernetes.
Why would I use etcd? I mean, that's okay. I was getting ready to ask. Is like, okay, I know it can be used for other things, but why would I use it?
You need key value store.
Okay, but Valkey or any number of other options?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the only option, but that's what it does, right? Now,
yeah, that's all it is.
There would be a long conversation whether it's the best option, and then it's the good option and what's not.
I mean, okay, downgrading is good, but shouldn't you always go forward? I don't know.
Yeah, never did it.
I mean, I'm trying to apply this just to normal databases. I would, if I was going from Postgres, SQL Server, whatever, from X to Y, the chances of me going back to X after I've gone to Y, it's like I'm not going to, unlike it just doesn't make sense.
Let's say that you tested, because that's what you do, the latest release, it looks okay, you upgrade your production to whatever is the latest, and it doesn't work because the load is much bigger than what you had in testing, right? So you're now in the latest release and that thing does not work. How do you move forward?
Well, you don't.
When it's your application, you would fix it. I understand, and you move forward. But when it's third party and simply it's crashing, then the only option is to go back.
So here's my thoughts. Anytime I see the word downgrade, I put one word in front of it, and that means in place. When I see downgrade, I think in place downgrade. Like going back to your example is, okay, I would have taken a final snapshot of everything, migrated the data over, brought it up on version Y. If that failed, I would have gone back to the last snapshot of version X. Or some variation. That's how I would do it.
You upgraded your production Kubernetes cluster, right?
Yeah.
If you don't downgrade, you can create a new cluster, put whichever version works for you for etcd, and then migrate everything over there. But that's... Now we're not talking about etcd anymore, right? We're talking about everything.
Yes. And that's the problem, especially if
Yep.
you were running a version of etcd that was pre 3.6 that you can't. So let's say you upgraded from Kubernetes X to Y. In that move, that's when etcd was introduced to 3.6, but now you need to go back down to X, which is pre 3.6. At some point it'll be fine. Today it's not.
Yeah.
That's fine. Did we get the?
No, it's there. So
Yeah. Did we get the news? There's a company around external secrets operator called External Secrets. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
yeah, I don't know whether we mentioned it, but yes, there is a company behind External Secrets. I cannot imagine what the business model of that company will be. I'm very skeptical about it, but there is a company, and that's good news. Whenever there is a project that has no company behind it, somebody making a company on top of the project, to me, is always good. Most of the time, good news, right? Because that means that, hey, there will be funding for that open source project, among other things. So from that perspective, good.
Good. Hello?
Hey.
Let's go ahead and move into a couple of the others. So the GitHub Copilot ecosystem with Copilot Extensions now in public beta. So now you can create your own extensions for Copilot. It was limited,
Okay.
but now it's public beta.
Okay.
Seems interesting. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to see. In general, I'm skeptical about the AI extensions. Everybody's doing it, and everybody then spends a couple of weeks playing with it and says this is the best thing ever, and then nobody's really doing anything serious with that. I'm not saying that that's the case of GitHub Copilot, right? But in general, it didn't work out in the past.
Well, here's one from Atlassian. So at Atlassian, we view Copilot extensions as a major boost in reducing context switching for developers as they write code. Okay. And then they talk about their own thing. So you can look up all the requirements, testing plans, issues, and docs from Jira or Confluence directly in Copilot chat or GitHub. Now makes sense, right?
Yeah, kind of connecting with your system. Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Very scary though, but makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, that's now in beta, which that might show up here again in a few moments. I saw this post from, I'm not even going to try his name. Oystein Blixhaven? I don't know. That's the sad thing. Why do we codify stuff? And it goes into the challenges and the points and everything else. I thought it was just a very interesting post, not to mention he picked some good pictures in his post. It was just what it was. So, oh, by the way,
Nice.
I got all the links already down. If you're watching, actually, we're only on YouTube this week. So we were going on X. And X recently started enforcing the point to where you had to have the blue check mark if you wanted to stream to X. And I just don't want to pay $8 a month right now.
I'm not paying blue
for the blue check mark.
In X.
Yeah. It doesn't mean I won't, but for right now, I'm just not. So, and we had a couple of people watching us on Twitter, but we may go back there. I need to test LinkedIn. That's the other thing we need to test before we go back to X.
If you're gonna pay to stream somewhere else other than YouTube, LinkedIn makes so much more sense than X.
Yeah, especially for what we're doing.
Yeah.
A couple of
For
tools.
us, exactly.
Yeah, for us, Kubecolor. It's a Kubecolor wrapper used to add colors.
Oh yeah, that's I don't know whether that was the first time it was presented or not, but in last KubeCon, I believe in Paris, that was one of the talks in Rejects. Really pretty cool, nice project.
Yep. Somehow or another, it came through my thing. And it's just interesting how it works. It's it also applies to OpenShift if you're using OC. So you just alias it and off you go. It seems to make sense. And then the other tool, sorry, I have to bring Java up. There's now a Swift Java library. So now you can interrupt with Swift and Java. I've got a couple of back-end things I'm wanting to write, and I might pick Swift for it. Because Swift can run everywhere right now. To me, Swift is Go from the compilation.
Swift?
Swift is the language that was open sourced by Apple. It
Is
is
it for making desktop apps or something like that?
You can do anything with it. It's a spiritual successor to Objective-C. That's my opinion of it.
Okay.
Right. Initially, it was only Mac, but now it will work with and interop with other languages
My
too.
brain stopped.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, Swift. I don't know.
Yeah.
Java word confused me over there. Yeah.
But now it's sort of like, when we used to do bindings from Java to X, whatever the language was, and now this is like Java to DCOM that came through the Microsoft Java. That was talk about ugly, but it worked. But this is early and it looks interesting to me. Your videos over the past 2 weeks, Stop Losing Request, Graceful Shutdown Techniques. I need to look at that one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this one. Why the Knife? That's the one thing I didn't understand.
I mean, how do you kill processes gracefully? I don't know whether.
I mean, -9 isn't the answer for everything?
Huh?
-9 isn't the answer for everything?
Yeah, but it isn't exactly. But I think in like last year or so, I got really, really big number of questions that boiled down to, hey, how do I kill container without losing requests? How do I do things around in that direction, right? So I made a video. I was surprised, actually not surprised, but there are quite a lot of people who are not familiar with SIG interrupt and SIG terminate and so on and so forth signals, right? Which, by the way, have nothing to do with containers and nothing to do with Kubernetes, right?
But it has everything to do with it.
I mean,
right?
Containers follow the Linux standard, right? So
right.
From that perspective, they do have something to do with it, right? But it's not something that Docker invented, let's put it that way.
If you don't know your SIGs, you need to learn your SIGs.
Yep.
And then your video for this week was stop writing tedious rules. I have a feeling you're using AI to help write your titles. I don't know why. I have a feeling.
I
Kubescape
do use AI to write titles, but give me the draft and then I rewrite it. And then sometimes I'm too lazy to rewrite it.
Close enough, right? I get it. So letting Kubescape write the thing, right? I mean, why not?
I like the idea, right? In a nutshell, the idea is, hey, you have two options. You can write infinite amount of security rules, kind of, you can do this, you cannot do this, and so on and so forth. And their approach is, hey, why don't this process watch what your application is doing for a while, and we assume that that's what should be allowed, and anything outside of that ordinary behavior should not be allowed, right? I like the idea, especially since I was burned with Falco, which is great, by the way, but hey, it's just horribly complicated to write those rules.
And we want complexity to leave as much as we can, right? Because we like to have the weekend back.
Yeah, I mean, complexity never leaves. It's always there. I just want help with managing it, right?
Okay. So I did see this. System Initiative is public now from Adam Jacob. It looks interesting. I don't know.
I haven't tried it yet. So I saw the news that it's public and so on and so forth. Haven't tried it yet. So here's a question for Engin. Is it cool? Is it worth trying out?
And we'll wait for 5 seconds for him to answer the question. While we're doing that, let me go ahead and switch to this. And actually, no, let me go back to here. He says you should try it out.
Okay, then I will.
Yeah, there we go. This is what the AI is that we're going to do today. Boost your CLI skills with GitHub Copilot. We haven't done this before. And in fact, on this machine, I haven't set up the GitHub CLI. So we get to do everything today.
Nice.
This ought to be fun because I don't remember what we're going to see. So anyway, let me go ahead and stop sharing here for the moment. And we'll get back to that. Give me just a minute to get the screen sharing here set up, because I have a reason to use this. I just don't know if I really want to use it or not, if that makes any kind of sense. So at this point, I don't have GH set up. How much more do we need to go there, Victor? Size-wise.
I'm on a tiny monitor. I'm not
No, so it doesn't matter
anymore.
So let's see. So I don't have GH. All right, so that looks pretty good, right? You can see that?
Yep.
Okay. So I need to install GH. How are we going to install GH? The right answer is I would use DevBox, right? But I don't want to jack with that right now.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, or
For now.
install.
Right.
If,
So
if it, no, come on, can you just DevBox init and then DevBox add GH? That's it.
okay, so let me get into let me do this. So I'm going to say make dir. I'm going to call this, what am I going to call this? GH CLI Copilot, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll deal with pushing it up later. So you're saying I just want to do a DevBox init.
Yeah. And then DevBox search.
DevBox version update. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so now that's updated. So you're saying here, DevBox search GH.
I'll try GH or GitHub CLI. There we go.
Okay.
Info GH, just in case. Sometimes.
Box info GH. Because GitHub CLI tool. Yep.
Yeah,
so now
there
I
we
just
go.
say
and just
DevBox.
add GH and then 2 point something. Don't do latest. At.
Thank you, at. I couldn't remember what it was. 2.57.0. Which happens to be the latest. But don't do latest.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, do latest. Just don't
Do
put the
latest.
word latest, right?
That's like a life skill. Just don't do latest.
Yeah. The only thing I'm missing is probably DevBox is the only extension I'm missing in Renovate.
Oh, really?
Yes. There is an open issue though, so hopefully soon.
So it's interesting that you bring up. So I was trying to do something with DevBox the other day, but with the latest milestone version of Maven. Again, I know you're not in Java anymore, but the only thing they had was available to me was just the standard. And in fact, it wasn't even the latest. Like the latest Maven's 3.9.9, I think. Now I was trying to get just even the 3.9.9. That wasn't available. Like the latest was 3.9.6 or something. Just so Nix was still behind. But then I just fall back and install it locally. I mean, that's not a big deal. Okay, so we did this. Now, if I do GH, actually, no, I need to DevBox. What is it again? I've written so many scripts, I don't even run the real commands anymore. DevBox run. No, not run. What is it to get into the shell? To start the shell.
DevBox shell.
Is it shell? Okay, as I say
Yeah,
it.
just shell. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So they're all... Okay, good. So now if I do GH... Wonderful.
There we go.
And then I have that. So in theory, what we want to do here is work with command line, blah, blah, blah. In our recent blogs, blah, blah, blah. In the previous blog, we should have help. GitHub Copilot in the CLI. Okay, getting started. To get started, you'll need to make sure you have the CLI installed. Done. Have an active subscription of Copilot. Done. I get the email every month saying I'm still... Well, I don't pay for it, but I get it. I don't know if it's just because we're still paying for, what's it called? Pro. I have the Pro plan. So it's...
then that's probably it.
It's probably included with... I don't know that's included with the Pro plan or not. But anyway, I'm not going to share my GitHub screen, but we'll just say it's there. Ensure you're authenticated. Well, I know I'm not because I just did this. So auth, login. GitHub.com. HTTPS, sure, why not? Authenticate with your credentials, yes. Why would you not want to use that? I don't know. Log in with web browser. There's my code. I don't know if that's going to be bad or not. Press enter to open GitHub, and it's off on a different screen. I'll come back to you in just a minute. My password is my voice. Authenticate me. What was that movie?
Authenticate me?
Do you remember?
No.
What is Sneakers? That's with Sneakers. Do you remember Sneakers? You should go watch Sneakers. Oh, I gotta get my phone. Hang on. Hold please. You don't remember Sneakers?
No, I don't think I ever saw something called Sneakers. Is it something very old?
It's not that
Is it
old.
something from your youth? Because you're older than me. That would explain it.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, it was Robert Redford, Ben Kingsley. Yeah. Let's just put it this way. A lot of the people that were in that. Dan Aykroyd was in it. Okay. Now I need to paste that in. This authorization. Thank you very much. Authorize it. Congratulations, you're all set. Thank you. Okay. Logged in. Okay. Let's clear all that out. Now what? Let's go back over. So we're authenticated. Okay. Copilot. Oh, no. Stop that. Copilot is a GitHub CLI extension. Therefore, you need to install it by doing this. Okay, this is fun because my monitor's going in and out. So now I can't see my thing. Okay, I'll have to do it this way. Yeah, my monitor's gone. It loses sync, which is silly. Oh, wait, I know how to fix that. Give me just a second, please. Hold, please. Here, come back over here, mouse. Do that. I have to resync my display. I've got to figure out why this is happening. Change this to 50 hertz. It's going to get really ugly. And then change it to 60 hertz. And then it comes right back. Weird. Okay. Install the extension. Okay. So we've done all of that. Now that you have it, you can say GH Copilot to help you find information you're looking for. Okay. So GH Copilot. Da, da, da. Okay. Do we just run this? Just run one of these? Because? You're muted, I think, if you're talking. I can't tell.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, suggest, of course.
All right, so we'll do that one first.
Yeah.
To collect optional usage data. Does not include... Yeah, sure, why not? That's this machine. What type of command can I help you with?
Okay.
Huh.
Now I'm curious, does it know from your system? Or
I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to say generic shell command for a moment. Waiting for you. Okay, here we go. So sudo apt-get install git. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Except I'm on a Mac. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, explain the command. Sudo is a command. Apt-get install. Okay. Okay. I wasn't impressed by that at all. What was the command? Let's see. We'll go back to that. I had one more. Okay, so let's see this one. Explain trace route GitHub. Okay. Powered by AI, so mistakes are possible. Explanation. Okay, so this is using explain. Trace route. The packets take from your computer to a destination host is the destination host you want to trace route to. Okay, so if I do...
kind of, I suspect that I would be using suggest much more than explain, and I would expect suggest to also explain it in a way, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out...
Can we do something more complicated, like GitHub Copilot suggest, and then how to...
So let's, before we do that...
create a virtual Kubernetes cluster.
Okay, so here's our help, which was what we were getting anyway. So shells, so you have explain and suggest.
Yeah, what's suggest? Do help on suggest.
So suggest.
Okay, T is probably for tool, right?
So that's just a command based on natural language. There's no test. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And so that suggests, let's look at explain real quick. And then we'll come back. T is for whichever command. So let's look at explain. There it is. Explain a given input in natural language. Okay. Oh, so it's telling you. Oh, so basically decombobulate what I just typed in. Right, like
Say
this.
again?
So basically, tell me in human language what this stupid line means. Right?
Yeah.
So like this one is blah, 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 blah. DU is used to estimate SH total size, redirect it, sort H. Okay. That makes sense. So I think you're correct. I think I would probably go more suggest than explain.
Yeah, because, I don't know what I don't know, right?
Right. So T, all right, let's look at this. So T is target. So it's got to be shell, GH, or Git.
Shell GH or Git. Okay,
Git.
so shell.
Shell is what we want to do. So that's what we're looking at here. So now, so we'll say GH, Copilot, suggest, -T, shell. And now you want to say what?
How to create a virtual cluster in Kubernetes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. What would you like the shell command to do?
Okay, so you might need to have a command then. Is that the thing?
Maybe. So let's see. So give me...
Do you have kind on your...
I don't. Not on this one. Give me the commands to do the work. Okay. To create a virtual cluster in Kubernetes, you can use the following commands. Install Minikube, Minikube start, create a virtual cluster.
Okay.
Please note that, because you already have, please note these commands assume you already have installed Homebrew on your Mac. So now it knows that I'm on a Mac.
Cool.
Unlike the other.
Did it instruct you to install Minikube or?
It did. Up top, it said brew install Minikube,
nice.
Minikube start. So that's...
Can you speak to it? Can I now ask follow-ups or?
Yeah, I can revise the command. How should this be revised?
Use kind instead of Minikube.
Kind instead of Minikube. Okay. Just says kind create cluster. That wasn't totally helpful, but sort of, I guess. What else can we do?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the article for a second. Let's see what's... We've done help. The suggest we did. Generic shell commands. Okay, here, let's do this. So I'm going to say Copilot. Oh, that's too many letters. Suggest how to list only JPEG files from all subfolders in a directory.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it says. Oops, too many quotes. There we go. Yes, we're doing this live. Oh, vCluster, yeah. So that's interesting. So I'm going to say generic shell command.
Okay, no. Okay, can you do it again and use GH? I'm kind of failing to understand.
See, but that's not... I mean, you're not using GH to do anything.
I know. So why is... I'm failing to understand that option in the first place, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, let me try it with Git. Let's just exercise that with all three, since I only have three. Yeah, I don't... What kind of command? I don't know. I don't.
It feels as if actually it started as something that was supposed to be Copilot for GH itself, maybe, and then
They expanded.
hey, there are things that you cannot do with GH that you have to do with Git. Let's add Git. Oh, maybe actually this can be for everything.
Okay, this is actually how to merge a pull request as an admin. Actually, so how to merge, because this one, if we do this with shell, I would expect a different command than with GH, right?
Yeah. Do choose Git this time.
But choose Git this time? Just Git?
Git. Let's confuse it. Let's see. I don't think you can merge. Okay.
I mean, technically that's true,
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
because a pull request is nothing more than a branch at the end of the day. But that probably wouldn't work nicely. So if we do this again, and now let's do GH, right? Because what we'd expect to see here is a GH command, which we do.
There we go.
Okay. And then you can copy that to the clipboard. You can let's explain it, right? Or I can execute it. That's the one thing we're just sort of waving it off. So if I was to try to execute this.
Yeah, I'm curious now.
It didn't do anything. But now let's do this one more time and use generic shell. And it's saying git merge.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's okay, but I'm not wowed.
When I say it doesn't feel good, I mean mostly from the perspective, hey, I'm already using GitHub Copilot in VS Code. Tell me why I would do this.
Yeah, I don't. And now we're at the bottom.
Hey, everybody needs an AI now.
I guess. Oh, let's see. Configure Copilot with aliases for even fewer keystrokes. Well, yeah, I need that because boy, it gets weird.
You know what's weird to me? Annoying. And I'm probably alone in this. That it's asking you questions afterwards. I think it should just copy the command.
It should just automatically go ahead and go into the copy buffer.
Maybe exit the prompt with the command already there's for you to press enter, or maybe modify and press enter key.
I mean, this is, I don't know. I've tried to stay away from AI things recently, just because. And this doesn't make me feel very warm and fuzzy. It's not bad. It's just
it's not great either.
Yeah. But it's easy to set up, right? So you've got, if you're using the GH command, which I need to learn pronto because I need it for the day job. This could be helpful, but most of the things I already know, once I know the command, I'm going to create an alias for it. So I won't even know GH anymore because I'll alias everything. I don't know. What do you think? Seems okay, I guess. I don't know.
Not installing it today, let's say.
No, but it's easy to install. Actually, let's go back there for just a second.
I mean, it's already there if you use GH. And if you're not using GH, and assuming that you do work with GitHub one way or another, which everybody does, I mean, then you're missing out.
What would we, so just taking a look at GH here, because it's been a while. So gist, issues, orgs, PRs. What do you think you use GH for the most? Fork?
The most forking I use a lot. I use GH repo view all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when I do need to go to, there are certain things that I prefer doing from a browser in case of GitHub, right?
Right.
And it's just so nice to just, start typing GH, repo, autocomplete, opens the browser, and you do whatever you need to do.
Do you do anything with GitHub Actions with the CLI?
Huh?
Do you do anything with the GitHub Actions using the CLI?
Sometimes I look at them. So if I if I do need to see the outcome of GitHub Actions of something that I just pushed, I would often show them with display them through GH, right? Now, if it fails or something like that, I go to the browser to see the details because it's more comfortable than a terminal. But just to see whether it worked or not, I use it a lot.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it, because that was sort of underwhelming. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
But
it does.
I mean, I didn't have to. Okay, so here's the upsides. If I'm already using the GH CLI, I install the extension, assuming I already have the subscription to Copilot, which I do. Then why not use it? I guess. Right? I mean, that's the upside, is I didn't have to go and set up an account somewhere. I didn't have to put in keys. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. All that was just there.
I don't know whether it's there or not, but now I'm thinking what could be very useful. You know, you're executing some command, whatever that command is, kubecolor, get bot, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. If you can just pipe it to GH Copilot, that could be useful. So kind of basically,
you want to try that real quick?
Yeah, I don't know if does it accept STD in?
Let's see. So let's see, GH Copilot. Let's see if it shows us anything in the help.
I don't think I saw
Host
STD,
name.
but that might be wrong. Explain would be probably.
Actually, yeah, let's go deeper here. So it's just a string, but we'd still get, could we do that?
You can always try, I don't know, do something silly like ls pipe and then
GH Copilot.
I suppose that they would write it down that stdin is an option.
Explain what are the file, what do the files do?
No, just explain without anything, right? Because
just do that.
Argument would be, yeah, no.
No, it's looking for the prompt.
Yeah, silly. Okay. That
but I was
would
wondering,
be, I believe, useful, right? When you're debugging something and you stare at the screen, hey, let me just pipe it to Copilot.
Right. So can I do this?
I mean, what you can do is that and then tick, right? ls. No. Just do, no. What you can do is the tick to execute the command.
Right.
What's, the...
Backtick, yeah.
Or, backtick or whatever it is, yeah. And then just ls. Because that will produce output. Or dollar bracket ls bracket.
Oh yeah. Sorry. You're saying this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That works.
Cool. But, to me that's annoying because in my case, I'm probably executed something, I'm staring at it, I'm a bit confused. I just want to, button up
output.
to repeat that command and then pipe.
Yeah. That would have been easier. But anyway. So that is doable. You just have to get the output. I'm trying to think, what else could we do? Do I have... Oh, I wonder if it's smart enough. Let's see. Move this over here real quick. Do I still have your... I do. So...
We already established it's not very smart.
True. Let's see. Open...
no, that will not work.
Why not?
Cut, you mean?
I'm just curious what would happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't see it
confused
because
with
it
callout.
went out of process. Yeah, that's fine. I figured that's what would happen. Which command would you like to explain? I would like to explain.
Why are you so dumb?
That's not a command. Let's explain tr. Or let's explain cut.
Okay, echo. Why are you so dumb?
Okay, here's cut. Here's how to use cut. All right, that's not too bad. But I guess it's a better man page, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, for some commands, man is, typically for those that exist forever, man page tend to be bad.
Oh, actually, do I have man? Cut. I do have man. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that last variation. Oh, we lost it. So if I do this, so if I explain man cut, actually no. How can you make? That's probably gonna fail.
Or cut dash help, assuming that exists.
Yeah, I've got it here. Doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh well.
It's a dumb little guy.
It's fresh, right? I mean, it's we tried xargs, yeah, ls. Oh, Sebastian, you're evil. Let's do that. Explain how
You're not
to
sharing.
pipe. Oh, yeah, okay, but I'll do that in a second. How to pipe to Copilot. Thank you. How to explain how to pipe to Copilot. Please revise for better results. Yeah, but it didn't give me the option to revise, so it just said, "Peace out. I'm done." That's pretty.
I don't
funny.
want to play with you anymore. That's the interpretation of that message.
Yeah, he's tired and wants to call it a day. Okay, and I can relate to that because I don't know if you've heard my stomach growling this whole time or not, but I'm hungry, so I think we'll call it a day. Are you here next week? I haven't looked ahead to next week.
Yeah.
Yet. Okay. I couldn't move
I'm not traveling until the end of the month.
till the end of the month. Well, that is this. Oh, of October. Sorry.
October,
Yeah, because here we are at the end of. So it's now the end of September. We have the last 3 months of the year. We have Halloween coming up at the end of October. I'm assuming pretty much everybody does Halloween. That may not be true. Then in the States we have.
Becoming a thing in Europe, so it's more and more common here as well.
Okay, but in Europe you have Oktoberfest, right?
No, we have Oktoberfest in Germany, not
In Germany, not Europe. Okay, fair enough.
and not in Germany even, but only in Munich.
Only in Munich, really?
No, I don't know. Munich is
The
the
big one?
famous
The big.
Oktoberfest, but
Okay.
October is so there are holidays, celebrations all around. Yeah.
So riddle me this. So where I'm living now, they had Oktoberfest 2 weeks ago. I don't understand. They just did. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
It makes perfect sense, Darin.
Why?
It's a warm up for those who do want to go to Munich.
Really want to do
Oktoberfest.
it. Right? It's
Yeah,
just like,
kind of
do I
warm up.
want to do this
Exactly.
or not? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So Monday you'll be back with a video. Wednesday podcast. Friday we'll be back here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on Tuesday next week?
Tuesday is the you choose with Whitney.
So you're still going? Okay. I'm just making sure because I haven't looked this week.
Yeah, still doing. We skipped the last week,
The first week.
previous
yeah.
week because of PromCon.
Yeah.
But other than that, every week until we finish, so probably 5 weeks or 6.
There was actually news about that came out of that, and I meant to capture it and I forgot. There was something interesting about. Here I'm going to pull it up real quick because the CNCF on their blog they mentioned. I'm not sharing right now. I know. Let's see. Let's go back to here real quick, and then we'll really call it our day. 131 entry gone. It was. Where was it? I don't speak. Oh, OpenMetrics is archived, now merged into Prometheus. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That was known coming. So
Yeah,
now it's
that
done.
was that for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thanks everybody. Hope you have a good weekend. We'll be back next week. I am not going to be sick. I'm not going to do it.
You
But,
cannot guarantee that.
I have to. So the last time I was sick, we'll end it with this. Last time I was sick, I had COVID. That was in July of 2022. It's the last time I've been sick. And this was not
I was
that.
sick last week.
It was last week. As I'm saying, it was the first. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Victor, you too.